This is the intro video for Algebra 1, Section 6.8. We're going to look at how to apply quadratic equations to real-world situations, and we will use the same kind of problem-solving processes and pictures that we've been drawing all year, just going to be in regard to quadratic equations. So let's take a look at one example here. Number 1 says a hall rug covers an area of 63 square feet. Find the dimensions of the rug if it is 7 times longer than it is wide. It doesn't come right out and say it, but I believe this rug is probably rectangular based on the words length and width, or longer and wide. And so I'm going to draw a picture of this one, and I'm going to draw a rectangle, and I'm going to label that rectangle as best I can based on the description. It says that the rug is 7 times longer than it is wide. It tells me that the length and the width are unknowns, and so I'm going to represent them with variable expressions. So I'm going to make the width x, and I'm going to make the length 7x, because we're told that the length is 7 times longer than the width. We are also told that the area is 63 square feet. And so I'm going to write an equation for that. The area of a rectangle, of course, is base times height, so it's going to be 7x times x, and that is equal to the area of 63 square feet. X times x is x squared, so we're going to have 7x squared is equal to 63. And we have what is hopefully looking like that familiar quadratic equation setup that we've been working with. In order to work with this, we need to have it in standard form, so I need to subtract the 63 over. So it'd be 7x squared minus 63 is equal to 0. And now, to solve this particular quadratic equation, I'm going to use factoring. We're going to factor out that greatest common factor first. So please notice that between the 7x squared and the minus 63, there's a common factor of 7. So I'm going to factor that out. The leftover binomial is going to be x squared minus 9, and we're still equal to 0. And I can factor that x squared minus 9, hoping that you recognize that as the difference of squares. So it's going to be x plus 3 times x minus 3 for that factoring. And at this point, we have completely factored the binomial we have. So we're going to come over here and we're going to try to solve this. Sorry for the interruption, I have a little bit of technical issues here, but this is where we left off in the video. So we're going to try to solve this quadratic equation, and we are going to use the zero factor property to do so. 7 doesn't equal 0, so that's not going to help us, but x plus 3 could equal 0, and x minus 3 could equal 0. We're going to solve those. With this one, we get x equals negative 3. Over here, we get x equals positive 3. And here's where we got to think of the practical application of this. Because this is a length and width of a rectangle, I really don't think that a negative length or width makes a lot of sense. So we would just use the positive version. Because the width is x, we would say the width is 3. And because the length is 7x, we'd say that the length is 7 times 3, or 21. Both of these measured in feet. Okay, hope that makes sense to you. When you come to class, we'll look at some other applications of these word problems. See you then.